Hey everybody. So I am in my sacred space, which has recently become very chaotic because my pipes burst because of the cold. so, um, but I think one thing we can agree on is the fact that life can sometimes be very chaotic. And something that has really helped me lately is to be able to take a deep breath and just ponder. And I think we can all agree with that. But is that more powerful than we think? Because taking a deep breath is more than we might think it is. Because I've been reading out of the book of Genesis. And now, according to the biblical narrative, we are alive when God breathes the breath of life on the inside of us. And if you think about it, that's how we begin life. And that's how life begins to this day. Like, when a baby is born, you you want him or her to take the very first breath, and they do. And then they cry. And then everybody breathes a sigh of relief because it's okay. And then when we get to the end of our life, we exhale. And when we exhale, I believe that is our soul returning to the one that gave us that breath to begin with. So the breath, I believe, becomes a key central role as it pertains to the quality of our life between our beginning and, our transition. And I think that's important because if you think about it, the word inspiration, and the word inspiration and the word respiration all come from the very same word, which is the root word respire, which means to breathe. And I think when we're breathing in life, we become connected to the divine or source or spirit or whatever language feels most comfortable for you. But yeah, taking that deep breath connects you to the part of you that is divine. And my question to me, because sometimes I get these thoughts and these revelations, it's like, where does inspiration come from? And I think inspiration comes from our ability to be able to breathe and connect with the divine. Because when you breathe in, you get inspiration. And that inspiration then becomes revelation. And that revelation becomes an incarnation. So it's that revelation becoming manifested into like daily life. And it's practical and it's helpful and it's useful. And I know that, in an intimate setting, whenever you want to be close to somebody, you get near them, your breathing syncs in line with each other. And you begin to breathe at the same pattern, at the same rhythm. And that's connection. I know that whenever you love somebody and they're going through a hard time, or they've gotten some bad news, or they experience fear or anxiety or trauma, you put your arms around them, and you breathe in deep because subconsciously you're hoping that their breath would match your breath and that they will be able to breathe the same peace that they're looking for or seeking for. I also know that within the context of intimacy, when the when the masculine presses themselves in, they exhale. And I just know for a fact that the female energy or the feminine inhales. And it becomes this rhythm and this pattern. And what is that? That is connection. That is unity. That is oneness. That is a merging of two becoming one. And it is all derivative of the breath. So, oh my God, so much that can be said with that. But all I want to say is just whenever you're faced with something that's challenging, a conversation or a revelation or a thought or a situation, take a moment and pause and breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in radical love and kindness for every one of you.